Hi guys, Darren from venomfluidart. Thank you so much for joining me today. Last week I had a bit of a play with some 4-inch cases doing little beach swipes, but used different amounts of pillow paint on each one. So this week I thought we'd do blooms the same way and see what the results are. So we're having a bit of an experiment today. Okie dokie, so that's 4-inch ceramic tile. We'll put some pillow paint down, which is British Paint's Low Sheen. Straight out of the can, nothing is added to it. It's what we use for interior walls here in Australia. Right, so we'll put a whole heap of pillow paint down, add some for the corners so it can move. Then we will start throwing some colour onto it. So I figure what we'll do is start with just random colours that I've made up. So this one is some sort of crazy yellow that I've made up. Alright, so we'll put that down first. I think that was a mix of a couple of different eye candy yellows with some neon yellow mixed in with it. Now we'll go for arc orange that I've messed around with. That has Ghost Violet mixed in with it, and something else, I can't remember what it was. I think it was Shiro White. Gonna mix with that. Okay, we'll go for Plastic Pink, which is a neon as well. What else do we have? Purple Jam, which is another eye candy. And we will go with a blue. What colour was the blue? Wombat? Zaffrey. Which is an eye candy as well. So they're all eye candies. Alright, so we'll put that down. Now, to tilt that into the middle, because my spinner's not quite level, grab some cell activator, which is Amsterdam Oxide Black mixed with Australian Floetrol. So we'll put some of that down. Give it a blowout with a little mini blower. Like that. Tilt that back over there because it's really not level. I think Bubbles has been playing with it and knocked it off center. I'll blame her anyway. Alright. So, while that's sinking, what I'll do is grab a straw to speed things up a little bit. Okie dokie. So, turned out really cool. But with a big pillow on there and lots of it, it's going to want to spread right out. So we'll give that a spin. Okie dokie. Pop that one up. And we get that. So that is with a whole heap of pillow paint. Everything can just float across. You do lose quite a bit, but nature of the beast for doing this sort of stuff. If you really wanted to, you can scrape that up, use it as like a pillow paint extender if you want. That way you don't waste it all. So what I'll do is I'll pop this to one side and we will do another one. Okay, so what we're going to do this time is add the pillow down the same way we did before. Add a little bit up to the corners. But what we're going to do is spin it out first. Okie dokie. So that there is all spun out, so there's no movement in it. Just clean this bit here. Alright, let's add some colour. So we started with the yellow. This is a good way of doing it if you want to have negative space. When you spin it out, you can get it so you've got a lot of negative space around the outside edges because the paint won't travel as far. To get it to travel the same, just add a little bit more paint to it. Alright, we go the orange. Pink. Purple. And the blue. Okie dokie. Black cell activator. Like that. And we'll blow it out. Beginners. Especially when you're trying the blooms and you hit the pillow paint and you got big white patches everywhere and it gets frustrating. So we'll spin this one out. Would have helped if you were in the middle there, Wombat. I know, right? Now, what you'll notice is the cell activator takes a lot longer to sink because you haven't got a pillow paint underneath it with all your colours floating on top. So you have to give it more time for it to sink. Or speed things up with your little straw. Try and keep it straight up and down when you blow, and it, like that. Okay. So, we ended up with that. Now, because the pillow is already spun out, it's really hard for beginners to actually hit the pillow because it's so thin. You've got a lot of colour on top that you mainly hit other colours. So, it's a great one for beginners. Especially when you're trying the blooms and you hit the pillow paint and you got big white patches everywhere and it gets frustrating. So, we'll spin this one out. Would have helped if you were in the middle there, Wombat. I know, right? So the pillow paint isn't actually going to move very much at all because it's already spun out. It's just the colours over the top that are sliding over the top of the pillow paint. So you'll see how much paint, where is it on the camera? You might be able to see it, maybe not. But there's a lot less paint come off this one compared to the first one. That's just all colours. So you'd be able to actually scrape that up, stick it on another tile that you've laid pillow paint down, and do like a swipe over the top of it or something like that. That way you're not wasting paint. Alright, so that's that one with a spun out pillow. Pretty. Alright, I will grab another tile after I wipe the bottom of it. Don't forget. And we'll do one with no pillow at all. So, that's our yellow. Go with an orange. Pink. Yeah, purple. And blue. Now, when you blow this one out, there's no pillow there. So when you go to spin it out, that paint is going to want to roll over itself as it goes. So what we'll do is, we'll do it anyway, just so you can see what happens. So we'll put our select blower down. Grab the little mini blower. We will go with that. I'll give that a blow. Alright, so you still get all your cool cells just as before. What we'll do is spin that out. Now it's going to take a lot more spinning to get it to move, because there's no pillow paint for it to slide across. See how much we've spun it, and it still hasn't reached this edge and this edge yet. It's because they're dry edges and the paint's trying to just roll over itself. What you can do is, some of the stuff that's come off, just wet it like that. There's one corner here as well. Just wet that, give it another spin. Okay. And then you end up with that one. So if you're a beginner and you're constantly hitting the pillow paint, you can do it without a pillow paint. You're still going to get a bloom and you're still going to get cells. Like that. Just wipe the bottom. Now, because that didn't have a pillow for it to float on, you'll notice your cells tend to stretch. So we'll zoom in. They're a lot more stretched than the other ones. So we can do something a little tricky there to help it out. Now, if these colours had been thinner, they would have moved a lot easier. But the thicker paint gives you better cells, better definition of your cells. Your colours don't really mud together. Makes a big difference. So what we're going to do is add our colour down. So yellow. Go with the orange. And that orange is so bright. Pink. Our purple. And blue. Alright, we'll grab another tile. We're going to put the same colours down again. Now, if these colours had been thinner, they would have moved a lot easier. But the thicker paint gives you better cells, better definition of your cells. Your colours don't really mud together. Makes a big difference. So what we're going to do is add our colour down. So yellow. Go with the orange. And that orange is so bright. Pink. Our purple. And blue. Okay. Now, the paint that spun off the last tile, stick it on your finger. Rub it on the tile. that's going to wet it and make it easy for the other stuff to slide over the top. So a little bit around the edges. Doesn't matter if it looks like mud, we're still going to have colour flow straight over the top of that. So there you go. That's all wet and coated. Just level that back into the center. Like that. Get our cell activator. Okay, grab the little mini blower again. Got carried away and stuffed the blow up. That's alright. Doesn't matter. It's still going to do what we want it to do anyway. See, even people that have done thousands and thousands and thousands still don't quite nail it every time. And that's alright. So, now that that one looks like that, and we've got our muddy colours around the outside edge, where is it? There. When we spin this one, that'll be able to slide straight off because there's wet paint underneath it. Help if I'd put it in the middle. Right, flick it one way. Okie dokie. So then, still goes all the way to the edges. Okie dokie. What I'll do is I'll grab the other tiles and you can see them all together. You get it perfect without hitting the pillow. That's the best way to practice it, and if you're using 4-inch tiles, you hardly use any paint. So, pretty cheap in the long run. Alright guys, hopefully you liked that one. If you did, hit like, share and subscribe. Ring that notification bell. That way you get to see all my videos as I release them. Once again, thanks for joining me today. Really appreciate your love and support. Alright, till next time, have fun, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.